Hey everybody, Dr. Tammy here. I just got to the office and I thought I'd do a little post on the comments that y'all had made on gut pain or do you have chronic pain anywhere. And I just want to give you some options, maybe some things you might not have thought about with chronic pain. So what is pain? Well, pain is any time the nerve fibers are being fired. So what causes the nerve fibers to be fired? Sometimes that's injury, like old injury. Sometimes that is inflammation, and inflammation is one of the biggest causes of pain. So if there is inflammation in the system, in the blood vessels, that could potentially push on the nerves or in tissues or anything as far as where the nerves are at, you can get pain receptors fired. And sometimes you can get pain receptors that are fired that don't stop firing. So even after the insult is gone, maybe you've had a car accident or you've had an injury. I know when I was very young, I got like the crazy whiplash injury. I was riding a mechanical bull of all crazy things. So I had chronic neck pain for a long time, and that was all just inflammation in there. And even though the actual injury wasn't there, I still had that inflammation. So I don't know why you might have pain. Maybe you're having the aches and pains of what we call age-related disease. So a lot of that is hormone decline. So I would recommend that, especially if you're menopausal or if you're a man, low testosterone can cause decreased stamina in the nerves and the muscles and the tendons, and so you're more likely to get injured and have inflammation. So those are all things that can cause, inflammation. And maybe you've got some inflammation from the things you're eating, right? Food is medicine. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Lori, for your comment there. I love these videos. I hope they really are helpful. So I just want to throw some stuff out there, talking about pain for everybody. So, very interesting. I do food sensitivity testing, and people are always like, well, you're the diet doctor, the weight loss doctor. And I don't think of myself as the weight loss doctor, but I help people with inflammation because most people are not overweight, they're inflamed. So that can really help. So if you don't want to get food sensitivity testing, it's just a simple blood test, but for whatever reason, there are 7 foods that are the most inflammatory foods. So if you want to just try something to try to decrease your pain and inflammation, cutting out these foods could be really helpful for you. So what are they? And I'll put them in a post down below, so in case you're not taking notes. So the first one is gluten, and I did a whole video on gluten, so go back and watch that on my Facebook Lives if you haven't seen that. Dairy is another one. Dairy has a lot we're basically not meant to eat another animal's mama's milk, basically. So that's very inflammatory to us. And as I'm going through these 7 foods, if you just think about kind of what we are designed to eat and do, a lot of the things that are, newer, like gluten is kind of new to our, GMOs and all that stuff is really new. I'm going to do a GMO video tomorrow. So I love your comments on that. So go back and look at my post and comment and fight it out, whatever you think about GMOs. But all of those things, if you remove the things that are the newest to us that cause the most inflammation, artificial sweeteners. I just did a video last night on artificial sweeteners. It's really good, so you might want to go watch that. But all of these things that are potentially inflammatory are relatively new to our diet. So go back to like what God intended us to eat, right? The kind of paleo, the protein and those kinds of things. But as far as what the most common foods are that cause inflammation, gluten, dairy, soy, sugar, and that includes artificial sweeteners too, and peanuts, soy, corn, tomatoes. Did I get all of them there? Anyway, I'll put them down below. And, I just recommend try going 3 weeks, 21 days, cutting out those inflammatory foods. It can make a huge difference for you. Of course, I recommend getting food sensitivity testing. It's much more specific, and why give up stuff that you don't have to. But that could be a really good start. I also recommend that you do some anti-inflammatories, especially during your detox. So good anti-inflammatories are fish oil, omega-3s. You got to get a good quality one. There's some amino acids like glutamine that can heal leaky gut, that can help repair that process. So that's all really, really important as well. And then things, there's some other anti-inflammatories like turmeric and stuff like that, but omega-3s are huge. Those good gut repair amino acids are very important. Restore the flora in your gut, so start taking some probiotics can help a lot with that systemic inflammation. Low thyroid can cause you to hurt, so anybody out there can chime in that's ever had low thyroid or thyroid disease. It can just make you hurt, so it's a really good idea to get your thyroid checked if you haven't, because that can cause chronic pain. If you've had injuries or if you've had chronic pain from something like a whiplash injury or back pain, I do an alternative procedure. I'm always trying to find alternative ways to help people that aren't medications or drug-based. And I am a medical doctor, so some of those things have their place, but there are a lot of really great things that you can try and do. It can be helpful as well. So I do a procedure called stem cells, or PRP. And what we do is we draw your blood and we spin it down to the platelet-rich plasma, and then we inject it back in your back and your neck and your joints. And usually within about 2 weeks, people are almost pain-free. It's absolutely amazing. Unless you've had just complete destruction, like bone on bone, and you're needing a knee replacement or something like that. It may take a couple of series of injections, but it's amazing the pain relief that people get from that. Unfortunately, insurance doesn't pay for that right now, so it's not a cheap procedure, but it is so effective. I've had people that have had back pain for 20 or more years get it and can be pain-free within a couple of weeks, so definitely worth looking into. So that's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma, and it's the stem cells and growth factors in the platelet-rich plasma that we inject back in. My husband just had a knee injury this past weekend. He couldn't even walk. He was in so much pain, and we brought him up to the clinic on the weekend and injected him, and he's almost pain-free now. So, I mean, it's just amazing. He's got, his mom was almost bedridden, and she lives in Oklahoma City. We didn't realize she was so bad because we hadn't seen her in a couple weeks, and she's like, couldn't even hardly get out of bed. So we did PRP on her back, and then she said, my back feels so good, but it's hard to walk because my knees hurt. So we went ahead and did her knees too. So most people, when they come back, they're doing a different joint. So I absolutely love PRP. Some other things that you might consider for chronic pain. We're in the medical marijuana has just been approved now. It's not quite available here, but a lot of people do use THC for chronic pain, so that might be one that we might want to look at maybe towards summer when that's available. So depending on what your pain is, that might be something. And I'm not making any judgments right or wrong. You guys have, I'm sure, your beliefs about medical marijuana. I'm not even going to go there. Yoga, I absolutely love yoga, and yoga increases blood flow to so many areas. My dear friend Scott Pitts has NWA Hot Yoga. He's wonderful working with people in chronic pain. He's had people that have needed back surgery that did nothing else but yoga, and we're able to avoid that. Interestingly, stress can increase inflammation and increases and decreases your cortisol levels, so it can affect that. So look at what's causing stress in your life. I've had people that have been in bad relationships who have had headaches, migraines, or they've had neck pain, and they get rid of that toxic relationship and their pain goes away. So your pain literally could be your environment or something going on there. Chiropractic, I love chiropractic. My dear friend Dr. Jason Collins is absolutely amazing, so I highly recommend him, and I know a couple other chiropractors in town too, so those are all great things as well. In fact, my mother-in-law, when she came up and got PRP on her back, she went to Dr. Collins too, so she did both. And then things, like acupuncture and all sorts of things, people have had great results from. So chime in, please share anything that you have had that's been effective for, pain or different kinds of pain. Headaches can be completely different. Headaches can be from food sensitivities are huge with chronic migraines and things like that. Headaches can also be from magnesium deficiency, and can also be from different hormone issues like estrogen issues. So, that's kind of my day job. I can help you with all that stuff too. So, just about any kind of pain you can be pain-free. Your body is meant to be pain-free. I don't care how many back surgeries you've had. Your body wants to be in what we call homeostasis, a well state, and it is possible. So if I do nothing else but instill a little bit of hope, pain-free is absolutely possible. So come see me. I'd love to help, and hope these are helpful hints, and have a wonderful, blessed week. And thank you for sharing on all your comments when I make those posts. So hope this is helpful, and if you have other topics you want me to speak on, I would love to do that as well. So I'll see you all real soon. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.